Good day everyone. Today we will be discussing about the Exile in Dapitan of Jose Rizal. So Rizal was deported to Dapitan in 1892 because Spanish authorities accused him of spreading ideas that encouraged Filipinos to resist colonial rule. So his novels No Limitang Here and El Filibusterismo, which exposed abuses of the Spanish friars, were used as evidence against him. So Governor General Julio Despujol is issued the order to exile him, also banning Rizal's writings from circulating in the Philippines because they were believed to inspire rebellion. So Rizal did not undergo formal trial before being exiled. His deportation was a political move to silence him without turning him into a martyr too early. So the next one is the conditions Rizal needed to follow so that he could live at parish convent. So Spain required Rizal to observe three conditions if he wanted to stay in the parish convent. So the first one is publicly retract his supposed errors against the church, and the second one is to perform Catholic rites and confess of his past life. The third one is to live as a loyal Spanish subject and an exemplary Catholic. But of course, Rizal refused to publicly retract his beliefs, so he lived not in the convent but in Talisay, where he built a peaceful life. So it just shows that Rizal's strong principles. He preferred hardship over betraying his convictions. And now, let's move on to the next slides, the projects, achievements, and challenges of Rizal in Dapitan. So while in exile, Rizal turned Dapitan into a productive and progressive community. He wins in Manila Lottery. He won the second prize 20,000, wherein the Manila Lottery he won used his winnings to buy land in Talisay. He built houses, a school, and a small clinic where he treated patients. And also he taught children mathematics, science, languages, and moral values. He also improved the town's water system and conducted scientific research. And of course, Rizal also engaged in farming, business ventures, and collaborated with Father Sanchez to install an improved lighting system in the town plaza. Now, let's move on to the next slide. It's about Rizal and Pastel's debate on religion. So during his exile in Dapitan, Jose Rizal exchanged letters with Father Pablo Pastels, a Jesuit priest, discussing the role of religion in a person's life. Pastels advised Rizal to abandon what he called mahaderas, Rizal's tendency to use personal judgment when examining religion. Rizal asserted that some friars abused religion as a tool for power and manipulation, rather than for spiritual guidance. Rizal believed that faith and reason must work together, and that individuals have the God-given right to think, reflect, and form moral judgment. Despite their differences in beliefs, Rizal and Pastels maintained friendships and exchanged gifts and books as a sign of mutual respect. So this debate highlights Rizal's advocacy for intellectual freedom and his criticism of friars who misused religion. However, he remained respectful toward the church as an institution and kept good relations with many priests. And now, let's move on to the next slide, the idyllic life in Dapitan. So when Rizal was exiled in Dapitan in the year 1892 to 1896, he lived in a simple yet meaningful life. So despite being banished by the Spanish authorities, he remained productive, serving the community through education, medicine, agriculture, science, and public works. So exemplary and serene life, Rizal accepted his exile with dignity. Instead of wasting time, he filled his days with purposeful activities, such as teaching, healing patients, researching nature, and helping improve the Pitan's community. So his family traveled regularly to see him, even though the Pitan was a remote area in the Mindanao. These visits helped reduce his loneliness and strengthened family ties. So among the visitors were his mother Doña Chodora and his sister Trinidad, Maria, and Narcisa. So his home in Talisay was built several structures on his acquired land. His house is a school for students, a small clinic or a hospital for his patients, It has also a dormitory for boys, a workshop and garden. This made Talisay as a lively and productive environment.